unethical. This is unethical. This is unethical. Dirty Mouth Radio, Dirty Mouth Radio. This is unethical. This is unethical. This is unethical. Dirty Mouth Radio, Dirty Mouth, Dirty Mouth. Dirty Mouth Radio.
What up? It's your boy Comedic Energy, and this is Dirty Mouth Radio. Dirty Mouth Radio, produced by Livewire Sound and Entertainment. We got a special guest in the building. I'll let everybody introduce themselves right now.
It's your girl Golden.
It's Sade.
It's your boy Cray.
Kai. All right, got my man Kai. I can't even say my man Kai in the building. I'm in his building right now, okay? Live from his top secret headquarters, you know. Yeah. He came
to gotta put the code in.
No bull. This man came to drop some gems on us. You know. It's a pleasure to have you, bro.
I appreciate y'all. Thanks for having me.
How's everybody been, man? Let's just start there.
I'm kicking it. It's been lovely out here in freaking Houston.
Word.
Yeah, just came back from Austin. That was freaking amazing. I didn't know that city looked like that.
I heard Austin is up and coming and it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful. It's nice and green, and it's a lot of poor people on the street, but there's a lot of white people on the street too.
Word. Oh man. Damn.
Austin, is that where Rogan and all them transplanting to?
I don't know. Joe Rogan and all them?
I know it's somewhere in Texas.
Word.
Yeah, Elon Musk.
Yeah. I know Elon Musk. I don't know if it was Austin though. Is it Austin that he's going?
I'm not sure, but I know they're opening. It looks like, from what I saw, Google buildings going up down there.
So Google building going down there.
I know I know a lot of businesses. I know a lot of those corporate businesses are coming down here, like Amazon and Windows. What's the name? Bill Gates' shit.
Oh, Microsoft.
Yeah, a lot of those companies and stuff are coming down here to Texas or Houston or whatever.
Now, my thing is, but y'all don't pay state tax, right?
No.
So you think that has a reason why they doing it?
Yeah, because it's cheaper to have your corporation down there.
Damn.
Well, I know. Yeah, oh, go ahead. My bad.
Well, I know in LA it was just because of all the COVID that was shutting everything down. That's why they started doing all the comedy shows and all of that.
Word
out there, yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. Damn. So LA ain't gonna be LA no more. Word. Wow. That's crazy, man. Damn, I guess I got my first spot. Go ahead.
Shoot, all them LA food, they moving out here. They moving down. Everybody from the west side and the east side moving down to the south side. That's wow.
Word.
And even from the Midwest, man. It's people from both sides down here. I see people from Baltimore all the time and people from DC all the time, and it's mad people from Chicago down here, and it's mad people from like South Central and Seattle and Portland and all of that stuff.
Damn.
But them places is expensive, man. California, bro, they paying like $3,000 for a 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah,
that's
you got
real live shit.
You got corporate people living on the streets in San Francisco. Like that shit crazy.
That shit is crazy.
That's the most expensive city in the U.S.
Damn.
Yeah, that shit beat out New York. That shit beat out everything. I couldn't believe that, man.
Yeah, that shit is wow.
What's the area in LA with all the tech?
Silicon Valley.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I've been watching this joint on YouTube. They was showing how mothers work there, right? But they can't afford to live nowhere.
Yeah.
So they got a big problem with people like sleeping in vans and all that shit.
Are you serious? Wow.
I watched this one kid. This kid was like early 20s. living in like a truck, right?
Yeah.
But he was making paper, and he was like, I don't really mind it. You know what I mean? I'm just here to make money. And he's sweeping out at the back of his truck.
Are you serious?
What?
Oh
Yep.
my gosh, yo.
Well, I guess, I mean, and he stack his paper,
Yeah.
and then he be the mamas.
Smart kid.
Damn. That is a come up.
It's crazy how that shit work though. Like, you could work a job and be making all this bread and then not have no place to live, but it's like so many buildings that's not being used. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like niggas is just wasting space. Like, you know, you got buildings that could be used for habitation or for living and shit, but they just like empty and closed down just because they got a sound ordinance and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that shit wild. That shit wild as hell.
People turning their cars and their trucks into fucking houses and shit. Like, what the fuck?
But see, now this is a question I got though. What's the difference between, when you do that? I think sometimes lines get crossed that the struggle versus the sacrifice. So on one hand, you got people that may live in a truck because they have no other means. But then you got some people that make that sacrifice and stay in their truck for a big come up later. Sort of like delayed gratification, right?
Right.
So I'm saying that to say, if you're living in San Francisco, is it the ultimate hustle to work like in Silicon Valley or wherever in San Francisco, but live in your truck for those few years just to get that money and go out of there and level up somewhere else? Is that a sacrifice people are willing to make?
Well,
Say that again.
I said, why would you be able to go to another city and make the same money? I guess is my.
I mean,
because they get paid way more out there in San Francisco. They be making bang bang.
Yeah.
But my thing is, if you're gonna do that, you definitely have to have a plan, because that's like how these other billionaires did. Look at Tyler Perry. He was living out his car, doing his Medea plays, and now, he owned everything in Atlanta.
I mean, yeah, that's like, but in that aspect is the sacrifice that paid off. You see what I'm saying? So I was listening to something where this dude, he created his own brunch spot in Baltimore. And the way he did it, pretty much, he stayed with his pops, but he got locked up. So when he got out, he stayed with his peoples, and he pretty much was training people, just like boxing. Just training them how to do it. He's making his money that way. He actually saved up $100,000 and opened up his first restaurant. And now this man is making like $30,000 to $40,000 a month with his restaurant and like 2 different food trucks in Baltimore. So I say that to say, is that little bit of sacrifice like the ultimate goal that we need to actually abide by to be successful in this world? You see what I'm saying? Because that's like a delayed gratification right there. He could have taken that $100,000 and bought his own house.
That's cool. That's cool or whatever. That's cool. That sacrifice is cool. But my struggle in my head is, why does everybody have to be like successful at that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why does it have to? I mean, like, for somebody like me, I want to be successful and like reach and attain those type of limits and shit. But everybody's not like that and shit. You know, some people just want to live life and shit. You know what I'm saying? They just want to fucking live and live comfortably. So why does a person have to sacrifice their way they living comfortably just to make enough bread so that they can buy a house and shit, when it's houses literally out here that's being foreclosed and nobody's living in these motherfuckers and shit? You know what I'm saying? It's just empty fucking houses and shit. It's plenty of fucking houses. People buying houses, they got 18, 10, 15 rooms and shit. That you got motherfuckers who work every day and they don't have no place to sleep. They have to sleep in a car and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they trying to save bread so that they can get somewhere else. It's like, no, they have to fucking live like this because they got affected by some other bullshit. And it's like, it's unnecessary for people to have to live like that when we have all of these resources to put these motherfuckers in the homes and shit. We just not doing it because they don't have the bread.
It reminds me, what I did a give back, like, less fortunate bags to the homeless in January, and I was out there and there was this black guy and he was doing like a documentary. He went to Norfolk, bloop bloop. But he said he stayed out there for a night. He stayed out there for a night. Basically, talked to the homeless. Like he looked like he fit in. So he just started asking, like different people out there. Like there was different levels. Like Hollywood, you had like the hood. I was like, there's different levels. And he was like, yeah, so Hollywood was people with the bigger tent, with blocks, like the Coleman brand. He was.
Go ahead. I can hear you. Keep going.
Daniel, y'all making too much noise now.
Go ahead.
Y'all niggas doing?
Go ahead, man.
What the fuck are y'all doing?
We're gonna have to edit all this out. Crushing
We'll
ice.
edit it.
That shit just fucked up the whole fucking conversation.
Went to go crush. I should have had that bucket of ice. Ready
I didn't know it
before
was
y'all
that
even
clear.
started.
I'm sorry.
I
Shit.
know somebody ran up in the spot. I was about to say, oh shit, what the fuck? We about to get some fucking ratings.
Wait. Craig eyes was like, wait, it's not happening. Like, what's happening? Like,
All I heard was like shit closing and moving. I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit. It's about to be some TikTok shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Yo.
then he talking about, go ahead, I can hear you. No, that don't.
I had to fix something
like,
for a second.
What the fuck?
I had to
Moving
fix something real quick,
furniture
man.
and
God
crushing
damn.
ice.
We gotta start that shit from the last point. Like,
my
okay,
God.
what the fuck was the last shit that I said?
No, they were talking about.
But on that topic though, so they call it minimalism.
Oh,
Can y'all hear me?
can you hear? Can y'all hear us?
Can you hear me?
I can
So-
hear you.
So that type of living, right? So they call it minimalism, right? There's actually a good documentary on Netflix, right? It's about the same thing we're talking about. So a lot of people that's living that lifestyle is not because they broke. It's just because they see enjoyment out of it. They see like a simplicity out of it, right? So some of the kids that I see that's doing this lifestyle, they'll have their trucks. You see them kind of like living out these joints. They saving money off of not, renting or, paying a mortgage. But they're also, it's like a freedom that comes with it. So they're traveling all across the country, seeing, different sights and all of that. And they're doing it while they're young. So, they ain't got no kids or nothing. Part of my plan is to encourage my kids to do that.
Really?
Now, what you saying that I did see a documentary where they were following this dude that was a panhandler, and that's what he did. And he had seen all 49 states panhandling, and he was homeless, and he just traveling. He got to see the whole United States,
Right.
and that kind of made me mad. Like I'm working every day, and I can't even
So
go
it's
nowhere.
yeah. So it's like it's kind of like a way to because we possessions like sometimes control us, right? So that's kind of like a way to you surviving with the most on the most minimal things that you need. And so it's like I say, it's like a freedom that comes with that.
I actually do know somebody that I don't know if he's still doing it, but I know he did, and he moved to Honduras I believe. Don't quote me on that, but he said he was living the minimalist lifestyle with him and his family. He actually sold all his stuff, and he was one of my teachers in high school. And he was like, "We're gone," and they did like a vlog, like a video blog, and they actually showed where he lived, and it was a nice little apartment with a little bit of land. And he like, "We're happy with what we have." They got the clotheslines up, got a few clothes, starting a little garden. He's like, this minimalist lifestyle is what we like to do. This is what our goal was. So I'm like, hey.
I mean that shit is cool, but I don't know. I just know everybody not like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can drive downtown right now. It's just people just sleeping under a bridge, or go around the corner and just look under the bridge. There's people sleeping like in the little nooks, and there's fucking pigeons and shit flying back and forth from out of their clothes, taking shits on their shit. Like, they not doing that shit on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, that's not what we talking about though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel, but I'm just talking about in all. I guess it's like three aspects to it. It's the people who trying to save up to get to the mansions and all of that shit and stack their bread. Then you got the people who are doing it on purpose because that's just the life they want to live. Mm-hmm. And then you got the people who just really, they really broke. Just gotta do that shit, you know? So I don't know. I mean, I just inspire to be one of those people who like can actually create jobs for motherfuckers so that they can actually fucking live and provide for themselves in a more fucking clean way. Like, it's dangerous out there and it's cold as fuck, Mm-hmm. It's a lot of elements that they gotta fight against, and I don't always see like why it's necessary to have to fucking have people on the streets living like that and shit when there's fucking buildings that are just sitting there. You could turn that shit into something so that these motherfuckers can live. They don't gotta live on the street. If you want to live a minimalist lifestyle, live that shit inside of a building. Get your fucking ass off the street and shit, so all that carbon monoxide not entering your system and shit, causing COVID and shit.
Now let me ask you this. Because like I always say, there's another side to this, right? So if there's been times where I've even asked a homeless person, how they're doing. And they say, "Oh, I'm doing good. I got my health. I got this, and that." So let me ask each and every one of y'all, what is your definition of success? Because some people who are homeless may say they are the most successful people, the most successful person they can be. You see what I'm saying? Like, they've achieved their success, and this is what they're fine with. Some people don't care about materialistic things. They got their health and they're good. So let me ask everybody, what is your definition of success?
Kai, you want to go first, bro?
2 minutes.
He said, I don't even.
I'll wait. I'll let y'all go.
Somebody?
I can go. I mean, I don't always like go first. I mean, I will. My definition of success is just, I guess it's the definition within itself, achieving whatever your endeavor is. Like, if it could be the smallest thing or the largest thing, as long as you're striving and as long as you have gone through a period of time where you were trying to get somewhere and you finally get to that point. You know what I'm saying? And you succeed at making it there. Once you quit, your success is null and void. You have, you know what I'm saying? You voided out of attempting what your goal was or reaching whatever your destiny you felt your destiny or your destination was. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel success is. I don't attribute it to like financial gain and little shit like that. It's just about what you believe is attainable for you and actually attaining that shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, I feel like I'm with Cray. Like, I don't really feel like it has to do with wealth. Basically, that you're living the comfortable lifestyle that you want to live. Mm-hmm. For me, I'm at the success level that I want to be at. I'm very blessed that I have, roof over my head and food and clothes, and I'm able to provide for my family. So, that's how I look at it. I'm thankful every day for that, even though I'm trying to achieve more.
Success for me is peace, like being, whole and at peace and happy with whatever I have going on. Like Craig said, whether it's small or big, as long as I'm at peace. And sometimes, what I want to achieve at that point may not happen, as long as I'm complete and knowing like, okay, it didn't happen at this point. If that's something I still want to attain, keep going. As long as I don't ever stop. Serving is my thing. Like, I love giving back. Like, that to me is success. Like, reaching back, helping other people, because I've been fortunate enough.
I feel you. I think my definition is almost exactly like yours, Sade. I think success is peace, but I think it's peace internally. You see what I'm saying? It's all your internal goals being met. Kind of like what we all saying, it doesn't always have to be financial, but it can be your internal goals. It could be good health, prosperity. It could be things like that. Those small things is success. But I think a lot of times we always attribute to success to finances, to materialism, to wealth. I mean, if you strip away all of that shit, the wealthiest thing you need to have is your body. You see what I'm saying? That is wealth.
Yeah,
your health is wealth. Yeah. That's just the way I see it, though.
Used on purpose, okay?
What you got, Kat?
After listening to you, all right. Success don't exist.
It doesn't exist. Okay.
It's no matter what you do, you're gonna keep. No matter how much money you got, you're gonna keep trying to get more money. No matter how in shape you are, you're gonna keep working out, or you not. So it's never no limit.
So it's like a rat race. Well, not a rat race, but a hamster wheel.
So it's just like it's a made up idea.
Damn.
So every day we always learning. You don't never stop learning. You just keep going.
Wow. Damn, I never thought about it like that. Say that again, Shawty.
I disagree.
We disagree? I don't know. I think that's an interesting concept, though.
It's interesting and it's very different.
Let me tell you what else don't exist.
It wouldn't be Kai if it wasn't different.
Happiness doesn't exist.
Really? Elaborate.
Why you say that, Kai?
Hey, go ahead. Crazy.
Listen. So I'm quite sure somebody has asked y'all at some point in your life, are you happy? Right? So now, what's the definition of happy?
Well, in my opinion, there has to be happy because there's definitely sad. Now, you ain't gonna be happy 24/7, 365.
All right.
That's just not gonna happen.
All right, then. Well, I'll stop right there. Then you're not happy.
Not all the time, you not. But you could be happy in moments.
For a second. But if someone...
When it's your birthday and you got your family and friends all around you and they're giving gifts to you and showering you with love,
you only have one birthday.
Feeling good, and it's a good
let me stop you right.
You're happy.
You only have one birthday.
She just saying.
I want him to keep going.
I want to keep. I want to hear this.
Let me go on the birthday topic.
You find $1 on the ground. That's a moment of happiness.
Why you? All right.
No, you're not gonna be happy 24/7.
Wait. So, well, all right. So, all right. Let me. All right. So, it's a reason why I say that, right? I think we got to stop living in la la land, right? So, it's a lot of things that are, like you just said, birthdays, right? In reality, you only had one birthday, and that was like 19. When were you born? That's wait. Let me finish. Hold on, wait. let me finish. So you only have one birthday, right? So when people celebrate every year, oh, it's my birthday. No, you actually lying. Your birthday was way back then, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody just came up with, oh, we're gonna have an excuse to celebrate and
your anniversary on Earth.
Right. So now, but in reality, what you have is on your birthday, the first thing you do that shows that you born or alive is you breathe, right? Mm-hmm. So then that becomes your first breath day. Then hopefully after that, you'll have many, many, many breath days until you have a death day. Mm. Oh, wow. So we got to get, all right, so I'm saying that to say this. A lot of people say, oh, my birthday cup. You done wasted all these breath days concerned about this birthday.
No, I take joy in breath day, if that's what you want to call them.
I'm just saying most people. I didn't say Sade.
That's an interesting concept.
I'm just saying.
Of a one moment where you may find this, but you're gonna stop. I feel like maybe not every single day, but most days you're gonna find moments when you're happy, unless you're severely depressed medically.
I don't know.
So, all right, hold on. So you're gonna, all right, somebody on any given day, right? Like today, I could say, hey, are you happy? And you say yes, right? So, but you do know, like, there's like innocent people in jail. There's homeless people out there in the world.
I do.
But you happy?
You know what? If you. Because I watched The Secret Life of Bees the other day, mm-hmm. and the character on there, May, if you remember, because I just watched this recently, she was burdened down with the sorrows of the world. And if you're going to be thinking about all that stuff that you're talking about, you're going to end up like her and commit suicide because she was so sad.
Oh, wow.
But even with her on the movie, she was a sweet soul and she found moments of happiness, even with her sorrow.
I think innocent people are in jail and all that. It's homeless people, like we talked about. If you find, for me, I'm serving, so I'm doing my part, and that makes me happy. Like every day I wake up, I'm happy. So you got to, you're not happy. Hi, don't you? Or you never have. Let me.
I think
I can find enjoyment in things, but I think you gotta look up. All right, to be happy, you have to be. It's like a completion. You're never gonna be happy.
You saying
none of y'all? Sorry.
So you saying pretty much with happiness, that's something that you have to reach at an endpoint. You have to, and you saying you never reach that endpoint throughout your life.
Never gonna be in this life, on this planet, on this like you're never gonna be happy. Is you're not gonna reach that.
It's like a level of attention.
You can have moments. You can have what's the other word I said?
What?
Breath days?
No.
Periods of happiness.
Talking about bouts of happiness? I don't know, but if you're gonna be thinking about all those things that you're talking about, you're gonna be burdened down with so much stuff, and you're not even gonna be able to make it today.
But see,
right,
now my question with that.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Craig. Go ahead, man. My bad.
Okay, so I'm hearing both sides, and I'm hearing what Kai say, and I can honestly, I feel where he's coming from, and I understand what he's saying just because I'm listening, and I understand what the girls are saying. Me, I'm also believing upon balance. Okay, so Kai says there's no such thing as happiness. You know what I'm saying? I don't entirely believe that. I believe that there is happiness, and there is sadness. You know what I'm saying? As far as like becoming, because Kai's thinking about happiness as far as like the end result. Like when you're happy, that's it. You know what I'm saying? You've reached the pinnacle of what you can attain as far as like feeling good. You know what I'm saying?
Let me step in 1 second. But so in the definition of happiness, it is content.
Okay.
So that's just what you're talking about.
So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, we talked about success earlier. We talked about what success means to us, and a lot of us were saying, like Kai said, success doesn't exist. By him saying happiness doesn't exist, I can understand that he would believe that because he just said that success doesn't exist. Success is your pinnacle. It's your top. You know what I'm saying? Happiness would be your top. If success isn't real in that attribute, then that means that happiness wouldn't be real, right? But my question to Kai is failure real?
That's where I was getting ready to go.
If he not happy,
because this is my thing. This is my thing here. We on a balancing beam. You know what I'm saying? There's a negative side to every positive. You know what I'm saying? That one thing we know to be true. Like there is light, there is dark. There's an opposite. You know what I'm saying? So if happiness isn't real, which if you say that, I can march with you on that. I can, you know what I'm saying? But I still believe that there is happiness, but I understand where you're coming from. But if happiness isn't real, does that make failure a non-existent thing as well? Because you can't have one without the other. You know what I'm saying?
Failure is made up also, right? So think about it like this. Most times, even in a successful business, right? Their first year is deemed a failure because they ain't make no money. So they throw these words around, right? But these words, like, they really don't exist. It's just made up words.
It's also what you think.
So let me. So if you're saying a failure, like, oh, this dude failed at whatever, so you saying he ain't got no other shot?
I was getting ready to go there because it sounds.
So that's what I was going to say is that's something. If you are trying to achieve something and you do not reach your goal, that could be deemed a failure. But that's something that you can learn from and try again.
So can you call that failure?
I think it's all internal. I think all of this stuff that we're talking about, it only applies to the person. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own. If all I wanted to ever do in life was get married, and I achieved that, and then I die, is that not considered my success and my happiness? If I spend my whole life trying to get married and I never get married and I die, and I say I failed, is that not considered failure? You know what I'm saying?
I think it goes a little bit. I think that's another step back that we have to take. So it takes me back to when we had that episode at Kickback Science. It sounds like we put in too many titles on things and too many labels because we label something. We're labeling something as a failure. But if you can go back and redo it, is it a failure?
See, here.
I'm starting to get what they're saying.
I understand what you're saying, Kai. I'm with you on that.
But at what point? do we realize, okay, I wanted to be married, and I at this point I'm at the end of my life. There's certain things that I wanted to accomplish that I just did not accomplish. And at this point in time in my life, I am about to expire. There is no point in time that in this human body that I can go back and relive those experiences and do them again because I'm at the end of the road. How can you say that these things don't exist? Success doesn't exist and failure doesn't exist.
That just so if you're about so say you expired and you're feeling the way you felt, right? That you just said. Mm-hmm. That just makes you unhappy. Which, like I said, there's no such thing as happiness. But it doesn't make you a failure because there's no such thing. Because now think about it, right? So say you didn't complete those things in your life, right? But say you done touched millions of other people's lives and made their lives better. So how in anybody's right mind could they call you a failure?
But it's not what they're calling me.
That's not what they think, it's what you think.
It's right, exactly. That's my point. It's not about what other people think about you. It's about your own internal perspective.
Okay, so then
if I say
right.
My bad, God. Go ahead.
So then, all right. So say if you pass, right? Now say we don't know what happens when we die, but say if you die and then everything that you've done comes up throughout your history on this planet, right? Even you, and you're right, once you see everything, even the little things that you may have not noticed, you're not going to call yourself a failure.
I mean, you can't say that.
I think
we can't say that, because it depends on the person. Like, Kai, you might be like that, but me and Golden might not be like that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
So based on your perspective, whatever you create is your reality.
Right.
So it might not be real to you, but to me, it's very real. So that makes it real because it's a reality for me. You know what I'm saying?
That's just like, this is what I was about to touch on. It's like when people receive awards for their accomplishments. Let's just say, like in the music industry, like Prince is a musical genius, but he might have felt that he was a failure because maybe he didn't put out an album that he wanted. But we all know he was successful, and he's a great musician, and he's won several awards. So does that make him a failure because he felt like he didn't accomplish everything he wanted to?
I think it just goes back to it's just too many words. And that's just a fact. It's just and these words it just has no relationship to our lives. It's just word. It's just a word.
I agree with that though. I totally agree with that.
Okay, so Kai, I did ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that words have power?
Yes.
I'm asking Kai. I'm sorry, Golden. I already know how you feel. I'm asking my man Kai because this is very interesting.
Yeah.
Do you believe that there's power in your voice, in the words that you speak into your life, into anything?
Don't let me down, Kai.
Oh, shit.
I think communication has power. Because then, all right, so if we go into words, it's tough. I don't know. It's tough to say that. I would say it's more about communication, right? Because it could be more about how you say something than the actual words. So,
but they've actually done studies on the power of words where they talk nicely and say nice words to plants and they grow and they blossom. And then they say negative words to the other plants and they die and they never bloom.
That's communication too, though.
That's and that's more so like energy too.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I can definitely say I've looked at that, and I believe that there's power in words. Trust me. But if you have no words, is there power in motion? Is there power in your influence? You know what I'm saying? Like word, like my thing is this, like a word is just a sound. You know what I'm saying? It's a vibration. It's a frequency. So with that being said, these words that we're creating them out of vibrations that come from vibrations that were previous to what we're saying now. You know what I'm saying? We're just saying a bunch of sounds.
Right.
To a dog, they don't understand that. They just understand the vibrations and the frequency. So if we speak in a high pitch or a certain vibration or frequency, they understand that he's happy with me. If we speak in this strict demeanor, then they understand, okay, he might be upset. You know what I'm saying? So, and alternatively, yes, there is power in words because we use vibration to move things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if you can move things with vibration, you can move things with words.
I think
there's power in words. This nigga over here preaching and shit.
I don't know, man. I think
That's real shit, though.
I think the communication, what Kai was saying with communication has power makes a lot of sense. And the first thing I think about is a tree. So when you have a tree, what does a tree do? A tree provides you with the oxygen, right? If you hug a tree, they say you feel better. You feel the energy from that tree. So this is communication. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
If a lightning bolt hits a tree and a tree falls, the tree is going to damage something, right? Is that not communication in itself? It's bad communication. It can be dangerous communication, but that still is communication. And that's without a word being spoken. You see what I'm saying? That's a nonverbal communication.
Because like I say, some of these words really have like if you really look up half these words, they're going to lead you to another word. Mm-hmm. Then that word is going to lead you to so why you just didn't say that word?
Yeah.
We got this vocabulary just is full of like foolishness.
And then, I mean, if you take it back to these pre-civilizations, they didn't use these words. A lot of this stuff was non-verbal. A lot of it.
True, but then you gotta be able to appease to the audience and your crowd that you're communicating to, because everybody doesn't understand on the low level just as well as everybody doesn't understand on the high level. So communication, yeah, you're right, communication, but communication consists of words, it consists of sounds, it consists of frequency, signals. You know what I'm saying? That's all communication is. I mean, I studied communication. I'm a communication arts major. You know what I'm saying? We study communication. We study nonverbal communication, physical communication, emotional communication. And all of that shit is synonymous to a kinetic or an energy that is being manifested in a way that the next person can experience and associate and be able to communicate back or give that energy back. You know what I'm saying? Sign language, you're speaking, you're not using words, but you're using signals. You know what I'm saying? You're communicating. And how do you communicate with your hands? You got to move your hands. What does your hands need to move? Energy. It needs motion. It needs that energy. You know what I'm saying? Without energy, with no energy, everything is frozen. You know what I'm saying? You freeze. Energy is heat. You know what I'm saying? All of that shit, of that shit is the same and shit. You go into the science aspect of it, and they'll teach you that energy is heat. You know what I'm saying? Without energy, it's frozen. There's no friction. There's no positive and neutrons banging against each other to make combustion or whatever the fuck you want to, you know what I'm saying, say. So all of that shit, you can't say that there's, I can't say. Kai may be able to say that. But I can't say there's no power in words, and I can't say that.
Oh, no, I didn't say there's no power. I'm saying communication that's the powerful thing.
What you're trying to say is that we give too much power to certain words.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
To most words. especially the Webster's Dictionary version of words
Yeah. I can
Also,
agree
but
with
you-
that.
that don't even work in a court of law. They got a whole different dictionary.
Yeah, the Black Law.
Oh,
Section.
half these words is just created to confuse you.
Yes, I do believe.
Yeah, I believe it too.
I believe a lot of it is confused. Yeah, but this thing, I mean, it's languages too, man. You know, everything has its own language. Music got a language. Spanish, Chinese, Japanese, black people.
Right.
You know, fucking state to state. Everybody talks differently. Doctors talk in a different format so that patients don't understand shit.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So you right about that.
And one thing somebody, because we was talking about mumble rap at one point, right? I was talking, so you know, we all like, yeah, I can't stand these little niggas. Don't know what the fuck they saying, yada yada. So dude was like, yo, you know, at some point in history, like black people communicated through sounds, through noises. So you might just be all caught up, and what this guy taught you should be communication instead of actually listening to what these kids is doing naturally.
Wow. Damn. When you see the other side of that shit, it does make you think. I ain't really. I never gave it a chance. I just couldn't get with it at all.
Man, I try to give these little niggas a chance.
Bro, I don't even understand them when they come through the AIT.
No, I can't stand you.
Oh my god!
Put your hands up.
I mean, what you can say,
But they know with each other. But when they communicate with each other, they on point.
But that you can say that about anything. Like when I first moved down here to North Carolina, and I was talking to people that are native to North Carolina, some of them I didn't understand.
Yeah, same here.
I'm like, what are you saying?
Yep, I said the same thing. I had to get directions. I was trying to find Sugar Creek. This dude was like, Sugar Creek, Sugar Creek. I'll show you what Sugar Creek. I'm like, no, Sugar Creek, Sugar Creek. Yeah, Sugar Creek. I'm like, dude, okay. Yeah, whatever that is, that's where I need to go. Like, and then he gave me the directions, and I was just all the way fucked up. I was like, you know what? This new language, I don't understand.
So do you think education has a direct effect on people's ability to articulate or speak? Or is that just a choice?
Sometimes it's a choice, and sometimes it is your education, and it's your background and your upbringing, and it's the people that you are around. You know, even if you don't have the education, but you are around scholars, you're not going to talk the same way that somebody that's in the hood is going to talk.
You saying it's like a natural code switch,
right?
Because of your environment. Okay.
Right.
So how do we think people are supposed to speak? Like, are people supposed to speak a certain way? Or is it all contingent upon your own personal preference?
It's the audience and what the purpose of the communication is. Just like our former president, he should have been speaking on a higher level than what he was communicating. And I couldn't even believe they let him get on TV and say the things that he did and the way he did. But, you know.
I mean, at least the nigga was being real, though.
I mean,
okay.
Real with himself. I mean, fuck shit. I mean, he might have been some fucked up dude, but
I mean, he used vulgarity, and no other president ever in the history got on a national TV and talked that way. Like, period.
I can't say that. I can't say that.
But he doesn't have the education either.
I can't say that though.
Presidents, did you understand a word the motherfuckers was saying?
Obama did that though. Obama cussed. He cussed on air a few times. He did.
Oh, I don't remember that, but he might have.
But
And
he kept it
probably
real.
rightly deserved because too.
But why you think he don't got a good education?
Why? I don't think so. Oh, he got the education from the streets. That's what you get ready to say.
Nah, I want to hear why you don't think he got a
He
good
got street knowledge.
Nah, he went to boarding school actually.
Really?
But
Well, he don't act like it.
His pops put him in a military school.
Really?
For him to learn. He didn't serve though, so he be fronting on that tip. But
he probably was fucking off and wasn't learning nothing.
Well, I think we sometimes we education, right? Yeah. We got to really understand what a real education is.
Oh shit!
Here we go.
Go ahead, Kai.
Here we go.
So now, when you look at, I would go, if you go back before Trump, go to Trump's father, right? Mm-hmm. He educated Trump in a way of, all right, I'm gonna put you in this military school, right? So you can learn discipline, right? Mm-hmm. So now a lot of times, and I thought this way too, we would think discipline is to you keeping somebody in line, right? So this is why I'm gonna discipline my child, make sure they don't, I'm gonna argue, I'm gonna yell at them and make sure they in line. Mm-hmm. But discipline is really with yourself. That's the only discipline. Mm-hmm. No, ain't no. That's what he was teaching because he knows you cannot be successful in this country without self-discipline.
Right.
So that's why he put his son in that. So then off of that, so the son, he got Trump got brothers too, right? Mm. One of which was like a alcoholic or a druggie, some shit like that. He's older than Trump. Trump's father cut him off.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So he put his future investment in the son that showed the most promise. Mm. Mm. So he taught when I say investment, he's teaching him like, a real education. Like, all right, son, yeah, you come in, this is, all right, yeah, I'm going to buy this property in New York. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Show them the end, like a real, like an apprenticeship type of education. Mm-hmm. Mm. It's hard to get that in like a class.
Yeah.
A typical classroom setting.
Yeah, because most people we learn by like seeing and doing and failing. Like Trump went bankrupt.
Yeah, a few times.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this then. Let's switch the gears for a second. So he invested in the Trump, right?
He invested in
his father invested into his son.
Into his son, correct.
So.
And his son became bigger than him.
So let me ask you this then. How can you apply that into finances? You see what I'm saying? What is the root of financial success?
It don't exist. You just gonna keep swinging.
Okay. So let me change it up then.
I think what you're getting at, comedic, is the root is education. Because if you don't know how to get the money, you ain't gonna get at the money.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
It's got to be a real education.
So we have to break down that real education. Pretty much that. So I mean, because they already say we are miseducated.
Right.
They say that all the time.
On purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the real education starts within you. Is that what you're saying?
Nah, I can't start within you because you don't know.
No, I can't start with you.
So it
has to start with.
Okay.
What'd you say?
It has to start with like his dad, somebody that knows. You have to get information from others. That's basically what you got to do and learn from your mistake.
But what I'm saying is, in order for somebody to invest that real education into you, they have to see it in you to receive that education, right?
Well,
that's why I'm saying it starts with you, because if you're not ready to receive that, how are you going to receive it? You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying it has to start with you to receive that real education. It's pretty much breaking down building blocks. These false building blocks we have built up. It's like we've been misaligned with a lot of shit throughout these civilizations and times and stuff. With the words that we have from the education, we just broke down 4 different things that are problems that we have in this society and that we've kind of got away from. There's too many words. We don't have a real education. And there's multiple other things. Finances, success, all of this stuff. These are pretty much building blocks that were built up to kind of get away from what the true essence of what each one of these things are. Am I right or am I wrong?
Right.
You sound right.
I mean, it was kind of built up to separate the classes. Much. Yeah. More so than anything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of these words are developed so that, you know, if you don't have a certain level of education to understand the definition and shit, then you're going to be lost when people are talking this type of way and using this type of jargon in this room. You know what I'm saying? Rich use these type of jargons and these type of words. The poor don't understand because maybe they don't have the education which they could have gotten from their parents, but their parents didn't get it from whoever the fuck they needed to get it from. But I mean, I guess it does start within you as far as like wanting to learn and grasp that shit. But it also starts in someone else actually giving you a chance and an opportunity and showing you that, hey, if you take interest, you could get this. You know what I'm saying? So it goes back to communication, like I said. Like if nobody starts that initial as a baby, I don't know, because as a baby you do inquire a lot of shit, and if you want to learn some shit, you're gonna learn it, you know. But I guess for our teachers or the people before us, they have to kind of take what it is that we're interested in, actually analyze us and navigate, you know, to show us those directions in which we try to go. You trying to make money? Okay. You know what I'm saying? You trying to be an artist? Okay. You trying to do this or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But nobody really, like he said, invests. Because, I mean, Trump's dad just guided him to what the fuck he wanted him to go. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really take time to see, like, okay, Trump, you want to do this. You know what I'm saying? So, or maybe he did. Maybe Trump wanted to be an asshole, rich prick motherfucker who only believes in himself. And that's what his dad gave him.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, and that
we don't know. We weren't there.
In that family, now they do. I ain't gonna say force. Well, pretty much force them, right? So you, in which I don't really see a problem with that. Like, if you're forcing someone to be constructive, there's no negative in that. Like, if you know you got a family and like, hey, listen, we can support you. We're gonna do what we can for you, but you just have to be constructive in everything that you do. It's no negative in that.
I mean, in that aspect, no.
Yeah, there's no negative in that.
And this is what I was going to also talk about this as far as our community is concerned, and other communities probably too. Your basic needs have to be met before you can even think about education. and your emotional level got to be there too. Because when they send these kids to school and their home life isn't straight, and they go to school and try to learn, that's why they can't learn, because they don't have the basic things that the necessities at home, or the emotional level, or you know what I'm saying, to even grasp the knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I, in my opinion, I feel like you do have to be internally. You have to be ready to receive it.
Right,
totally
and
agree
then
with that.
and your environment may not allow you to even be able to think about it.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, the environment.
Yeah, that plays a key, bro.
I got a question. It's kind of sidebar from all of this shit. I mean, it's not sidebar, but it is. It kind of goes back to something we said previously. I just been thinking about it the whole time. When Kyle was saying something to the point of there's no such thing as success and there's no such thing as happiness, and Golden, you were like, you believe in happiness. Sade, you said the same thing. Okay, so in turn, when Kyle says there's no such thing as happiness, meaning that we can never be satisfied. Okay, would you say that kind of we can never be satisfied with anything? We always gonna keep striving and keep swinging and trying to just go and get it.
Right.
Okay, so with that being said, with that mind state being in place, do you think that it is wrong for a human being to never be satisfied? Is that a problem?
In some ways, yes. Because if you keep on, it's like you say, you will never, if you have that thought process, you will never be satisfied. And you're just going to work yourself to the ground, you know?
You're going to be worn down because you always...
Right. And even if you're a billionaire and you're not doing the work physically, it's still tiresome to keep striving, to keep pushing, and you already got more. You in the one, your finances, you put you in the 1% category. Why you keep pushing?
Well, I'm not saying being stressed about anything. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying it. I'm saying it's gonna take a toll on you, though.
No. I'm saying you're just learning, right? That's it. You're learning and you're bettering whatever it is that you're doing, right? So I don't know. Say if you're learning about cooking healthy foods, if it's nothing wrong with you doing that until you die, I would say, because you can never learn everything about it, right? So now, one thing, I'm a little older than y'all, right? So one thing I know is a lot of people, when they reach that moment of content, they die. We kind of wired to a way that we're supposed to be continuously learning
and growing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So you say
because that's interesting, because as a billionaire, like you just said, Golden, when you become a billionaire, how many billionaires just stop at $1 billion? They always are consistently looking for more money.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
It never really stops. Like, you would think at $1 billion you would be comfortable. You know, Bill Gates got $1 billion. He worth a lot more. You know what I'm saying? But he trying to reach $1 trillion. You know what I'm saying? For what reason? I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? Does that make him unhappy? Does that make him, you know what I'm saying? It goes back to saying, like, okay,
is that rooted in fear? I don't know.
Maybe it's just.
But is that content? Does content equal peace? If you say content gives you pretty much you die at content, are you at peace with yourself when you're content?
Upon your death?
I would say this, right? So the most joyous the most joyous feeling, the most joyous thing that anybody could do, right? Is to solve a problem.
Okay.
Think about that feeling that you get when you solve a problem, right? I don't know if any of y'all got kids, but when I told my daughter when I see her read her first word, ain't no feeling better than that. You ain't gonna never, when you solve a problem, ain't no feeling. That's why people continuously, like, even when you look at finances and money, these people, we're looking at it as just money, but they're looking at it as they're solving problems.
Yeah.
Right.
I see what you're saying.
They making you Amazon. Yeah, I'm gonna get this, so these people can have more time in their day. I'm gonna ship this to them same day. You know what I'm saying? They solving problems. So once you stop doing that, you're gonna feel a little different about yourself.
Word.
That's deep.
That's real. That's real as fuck.
Yeah, that is.
That's real.
Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking, because I always sit back and I think, I'm like, man, niggas ain't never satisfied. Like, women ain't never satisfied. We as men ain't never satisfied. There's always some shit that we gotta figure out. There's always something you gotta do. There's always more money you gotta get so that you can solve some shit. And it's like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, happiness and success doesn't exist. I don't personally believe that, but I kind of do agree with some of the things that Kai is saying about, like, always wanting and always striving and always going. You just, like he said, you just gonna keep swinging. You know what I'm saying? So that's important. That's important and very valuable within itself, because we a lot of times think like, man, we ain't never satisfied. That's a problem. That's your problem. You ain't never satisfied. And it's like, can you beat somebody up for that shit? Can you beat your wife up because she's never satisfied with what she already has? Like, and she always wants more and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because a lot of men go through that. Like, yo, I do all this for you, but you ain't never satisfied. It's like, damn, like, shit.
So, but I'm saying it's within you. Like, she can't, be attacking this guy because, like, well, she can. If he's not being constructive, we all got to be held accountable. But it's more so within yourself, that feeling. Like, you ever see, like, look at it with, I don't know if you know, like, say if you see a girl bringing her husband or her man some lunch at work. Look how she's smiling because she, in her mind, my man was hungry. I done fixed that problem.
She done solved the problem, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Shit. And just like a man, like, when she wants the house and she wants that house, and how happy he gets when they go to the house and she picking out all the shit and he just standing back kind of watching. You know what I'm saying? When that feeling that she gets, she's like, oh, this house is amazing, I love it, it's wonderful. And he's like, I'm happy as long as you happy, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just solved her problem.
Yeah. Damn. Shit. So that's
Sade? I said, so we come to the conclusion that solving problems equal a joy that feeling and
equals.
That's the phrase I was looking for. Joyous feeling. There you go.
Solving problems equal joyous feeling. Wow.
Happiness.
All right, that's one hell of a way to end the show. I will say that. I thought Sade was falling asleep over there for a little bit, but I think she woke back up. I'm happy for you. There you go.
When Kai's on, we just gotta listen.
Oh man, well, this was a dope episode, man. I appreciate it, Kai.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me.
Man, dropping some gems. I knew it was coming. I don't know if they ready to hear it, but I knew it was coming.
We gotta have this again.
Yeah.
Very intellectual.
Yeah, we gotta do it. So with this being said, this is your boy, Comedic Energy.
It's your girl, Golden.
It's Sade. Sorry.
Your boy Cray.
Kai.
And we out. Remember, this is produced by Livewire Sound and Entertainment. Peace out, people.
This show was produced by Livewire Sound and Entertainment. If you're looking to rent premium sound equipment for your next concert or podcast at a low price, go to www.livewiresoundent.com.
Dirty Mouth Radio.